Hi, I'm Rosie.
Yay, I'm back on YouTube.
Welcome to my channel. We're looking to what's going on intuitively in the world, from the political to the personal.
You can book personal readings on my website, rosieinsights.com. Rosie and Karina News Digest. Rosie Insights started about 7 years ago as Rosie Psychic Investigator, looking at news related to the Trump administration. Over the years, I have followed the practice of doing research about what's going on in the news, making that a core feature of my content. As of November 7th, 2024, I have had Karina as my daily guest slash partner for the series after the election. We are committed to working as a pair on this series at least until this election situation is resolved. Karina lives in Arizona, loves crystals, and is a certified aromatherapist. She is working on her website for private client healing appointments. We'll share her info once it's ready. Karina started as Rosie's, meaning my client, about 5 years ago, and then we became friends and started sharing the conversations we were having privately already. This channel is about looking at current news and events through an intuitive lens and sharing intuitive information. This content is for entertainment purposes only. Trust your intuition. This channel is just one source. Do your research, trust your intuition. You are the master of your own beliefs. What we won't do: conform. We do not conform with what other channels say necessarily. This is an independent channel, as is theirs. If you have a question about what you heard on another channel, ask that channel. On to today's episode. If you like this video, subscribe and press like. Thank you for watching.
I kept trying to figure it out and feeling that disappointed. And it's like, well, why am I feeling disappointed? I'm not disappointed with what happened because I have this understanding of, for some reason, that it had to play out this way because we had to have this perception of being diplomatic and stuff like that. Beside the point. So I came home and sat with this energy like, what's this, spirit's disappointed. And it's the American people feeling so deflated. And this is what I was going to say. I'm going to try to explain this the way I was feeling it because I hope I can do it the way it came through. We have been so gaslit and so distraught, full of PTSD, the propaganda. Everything has brought us to a point where we don't even trust in the truth. It scares the hell out of us. We're in a place where the truth is almost more fearful. Pushing and fighting for the truth is almost more fearful than accepting what people are trying to get us to accept. And that's the way it was coming through to me. I'm like, well, how can we be afraid of the truth? We know the truth. But to get to the truth, we have to go through fire and brimstone, nails and glass, hell and fury. That's what it feels like. And so it's really, really scary to keep pushing for this truth. And we want it to happen so bad and so fast. And it's not. And we've been let down. That's the thing. We have never in this country had the kind of justice that we all need right now.
Mm.
And so it is so disheartening for humans everywhere, not just in America, everybody. And that's the heaviness I was feeling today. It's not just us, it's everybody and all over the world because of this anticipation. And so, I'm like, okay, well, am I being so protected that I'm just not seeing, you know, the reality of what may be coming? And every time I ask that, I get, this echo of all these spirits that have showed up to me lately. And they're like, why in the hell would we have given you all this so fast and so quick? Because you know how it came all pouring in. If we weren't putting you in this position on a mission right now,
Mm.
you didn't get this kind of information politically before,
Mm.
and you are now. And it's important that you do, and us together as well. And so it's that energy right now of almost solace and sadness and grim. I'm feeling it all from every angle. And that's where every time I go into that energy, I have spirit back here screaming, going, you have to get them to stand in the light. You have to get them to help. You have to get them to believe this is the moment that we have been waiting for. That was weird. There's fireworks behind me on the screen. That was so weird. When I said this is the moment that we've been fighting for, did you
Wow.
see that?
No, I wasn't looking because I'm doing Reiki
Oh,
myself.
okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so that's what they're screaming at me. And you know, I know people don't want to believe right now to keep that faith. And they might not believe in me to tell them to keep that faith because they don't know me. But I have this message and this passion of I've never felt so strong to stand in a position of unwavering belief and trusting that Joe will save this country and do what he's supposed to do. But no matter how I get to that point, it does come down to the very last minute for us.
Mm.
That's the trust, that's the faith. And, you know, I also asked, okay, when we get to that point and it doesn't change, then what? And I almost feel like I get slapped. It's like, if we were to ever get to that point, then we will discuss it and we'll figure that out. But now is the time that you must stand in absolute trust and faith. We need your light. We need your power. We need this energy to be uplifted, not in this dark, heavy
Sorry.
space. Bless you. So, I mean, I don't, it's such a heavy, message, but I felt I needed to say it because it's so powerful within me. For me, it stands and it is what it is. And if I'm wrong in that, I'll take the heat. But for now, I have to stand in what Spirit's given me.
Kathy's amazing. She left a comment. She said something like, I said that people's traumas would come up on, like, there was the astrology that she, before this happened even. And so she mentioned it. And I was like, that's so true. That was the whole thing with the deportation, right? Like all of this stuff. Like,
Exactly, exactly.
so.
We have, and that's the stuff we're facing.
Mhm.
And, Rosie, really think about it. Remember I mean, this was like 2 or 3 weeks before the election. we sat and looked at a year ahead. We looked at, it was in October because we looked a year ahead and it was October then. So, and it was the same, we had the same vision. It was like all of us coming out of this, oh my God, everything was shown, everything was out, we were aware, but we were all coming out of this fog. And I remember saying, actually, Rosie, I think that's going to happen right after the election, not next year. And it is playing out. This is very traumatizing. And that's what's so crazy to me is because I've been in this trauma since 2015, 2016. And so for me to not have this trauma now is so bizarre because we're so close. You know what I mean? So I understand the fear. I should be feeling this fear,
Mm,
and I'm not.
mm,
I'm not. I don't even know how to explain that, but it's very scary because, you know, I'm afraid too, but it hasn't hit me yet.
mm,
It hasn't. It has not hit me yet.
mm,
So I'm gonna just keep going until it hits me because I don't know what else you
mm,
know, to do.
mm,
And it, it's a I think I really still feel as soon as Jimmy Carter's funeral's over, we're going to start to see crap start to happen. But it's also we got to get to a point where Biden feels safe.
mm,
The timeline. See that's where we have to go. Okay, God, universe, whatever you want to say is in control.
mm,
It's the timeline
mm,
because it has to be that last minute where these people can't do a lot of shit, you know? So that's the same messages I've gotten over and over.
mm.
Nothing has changed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Karina, second investigators.
Hello.
Oh, so guys, thank you. I wanted to thank you all for your very sweet. I received many messages and also very nice comments urging me and Karina to keep going, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was very sweet, honestly, because
Yes.
you all noticed that I was upset about the situation. So, but it was nice, honestly, to read you guys and that you're continuing, as we all are, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
still don't see trash. It's not trash,
Mm-mm.
trash presidency. So
No.
anyway, so let's start. And so I did uh the research for the video today with Karina. We talked about it. And then but I've had this feeling that I want to, I guess, gonna say channel, right? So, but let's do
Mm-hmm.
the protection, right?
Yeah.
Do the protection, then start. So I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. A greater circle, a greater circle. I step into it, I step into it. I feel protected, I feel connected. I like to ask information come only from the highest sources that I create the good and only the good, and so it is. Okay. So, um, I am going to start
Mm-hmm.
now. Looking at what's going on, I did enjoy the little Normans that you saw yesterday, right? That it has the quote unquote bigger picture
Mm-hmm.
because today's topics are of course very focused. And before I start that, then it would be good to to see what's going on. Okay, so all right, so Spirit, please use me, come through me, and give any information that you might want me to share. Okay. So it's actually telling me to go to the slide of so there's many topics. This wasn't even going to be a huge topic, but it's telling me to go to the slide where I talk about Donald Trump distracting using
Yeah.
Denmark and Greenland. So I'm going to share, and then that's what I was told here. Okay. All right. So here we have Trump wants to defeat. So Trump is, you all know, right? That he's threatening Denmark with the
Hmm.
Greenland BS. He sent Don Jr. over there. And here's Michael McFaul, who was an ambassador to Russia at one point. He's a Stanford professor now. He's in threatening Canada, Denmark, and Panama. Is Trump trying to distract us from our real national security challenges, like deterring war in Europe and Asia, stopping war in Ukraine and the Middle East, or competing with the PRC on AI trade and everything else? So, to me, clearly, this. So okay. So let's see. Okay. So Spirit, tell me, what do you have to say about this? It's clear that this man is a clown. He's a clown in front of everybody, trying to say the craziest things, the wildest things, because he doesn't want anybody to look at what's really happening. There's a lot of doubts about the election because hello, hell no, he didn't win. He knows it. So so he is. So he. By the way, so Spirit's showing me this image of like literally Trump as some sort of like performing monkey on a stage, like doing the craziest things. You could like it just kind of like
Yeah.
crazy. Like whatever he'll say, whatever, just to distract, keep
Hmm.
people distracted, say outrageous things. And this is a technique he's done before, and he's been told by his masters to do this. He's been saying these things just to irritate and annoy people because instead of them looking at what the Russians are doing in Denmark and attacking using drones. By the way, guys, I don't think I even shared a few days ago, there were a lot of drones that interrupted flights, airports over there in Denmark. But that's right. He wants to just be this clown person that will make people upset and they will talk about it instead of actually looking at what's really going on. So it's a bit like a person who is working in a bank robbery, and at a bank robbery, they are told that they are going to pretend to be crying on the corner so that the security guards don't look when the robbers come in. This is exactly what he's doing now, and he's a creature of the devil. He's a creature of deceit. He's deceitful. He is, and I see the forked tongue,
Hmm.
the snake, the snake man, the snake oil salesman, and I see that his eyes have fire on the devil. He has the eyes of the devil. He's a thing
Hmm.
of the devil. So okay, so what is going on now, Spirit? Can you understand why I was very upset when nothing happened? Of course, was you were looking at the world from the perspective of the human understanding. You thought that there would be the certification. That was, of course, the perfect time to unveil all of this. Of course, it would have been perfect, right? But that's not how it is because it has to be done under the rug or it has to be done very hidden and only unveiled when it's practically done. So it's the type of thing that you cannot announce. You can only communicate that it's been done and that's being done. So you cannot do something in that place at that time. There is too much going on. So, so Spirit, do you understand like why I was so upset because I just couldn't see how. I saw it happening, but I just couldn't see how. How would they do it? Okay, so now this is a very dangerous time because we're living in parallel realities. Of course, those earthbound demons want to act in an outrageous manner so as to focus our attention on their actions as opposed to looking for the truth. So, what's important now is that you ask yourself what is true every single day. And this is for all your viewers, whoever they watch, whatever they read. Is this the truth? Is it true in the sense that there's not, right? They want you, the distraction and the crazy things he says are really just about taking you to that place of nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. But democracy is not about nonsense. It is about reality, it's about truth, it's about the people. So this is why, of course, we had asked you to bring up this image, and you did bring up this image. And this image, in fact, is telling about the world, the realm of the demon man, the orange demon man. And right now we're asking you to put that aside and ask yourself what is true? What is he hiding from? What is the purpose of this? Because he's trying to hide from something. And the
Hmm.
purpose is this, is to again create this he's a chaos agent, in fact. And he's doing that so that he could distract countries, create chaos for his owners, like
Hmm.
Putin, to take over and do whatever they want. As the more chaos they create, the more opportunity for the true devil master to act. Okay, so okay, then we still have the deadline. We want orange devil out. How, what can we, is there anything we can do to make that happen? Is this really, could this happen? Is this going to happen? What's going on here? Okay, just calm down, take a breather. Now ask yourself, what is the truth? What is the truth about who becomes president? And I see
Mhm.
that there's a scale, and then Trump falls off the scale. In other words, she has the weight and she's the real person. So
Mhm.
he's distracting because he knows it doesn't have what it takes. So how at this point is this going to come to pass that she will be? Biden has enough power to make it happen because all he has to do is reveal the truth.
Mhm.
And how is so? What do we do now? What is the mindset? What is the thought? Think, focus on seeing the truth revealed and revealed to the extent that it will stop the evil people from acquiring power in a real sense. So now what they're acting, they're performing to distract and to gain time. And it's a bit like they have to wait, right? They have to make sure that the time threshold passes. And
Mhm.
what they do for this is they distract. And say,
Mhm.
of course, Rosie, you have seen comments where people are asking about the rally of the 19th. It's so obvious it does not need to be asked. Of course, he wants to create a rally just in case things go wrong. He does not recognize the president because he's not the president. He did not win fairly. He stole the election. So yes, of course, there's all kinds of distractions. They're constantly planning. They're essential eternal trolls.
Mhm.
So what is going to happen on the 19th, for example? There's not going to be a rally for him on the 19th because these other things will be known. Okay, so so tell me more about what's going on with, Elon Musk and Macron and all those other topics that we're going to discuss today. Macron knows the signaling. Macron is getting furious and annoyed. He's getting with NATO. They're all signaling what is going to be done. They're not just saying it; they're doing it.
Mhm.
So they're preparing also the population for the moment when they will come after him and they will stop his power. And all the population of the world will cheer because truly he was never an elected official. Okay,
Mhm.
so is there anything else you would like to say to me or to? Yes, take a breather, and project what you see inside of yourself. Yes, your visions. Yes, you see Kamala winning. Yes, stick to that. Stick to the image that is the correct image, the image that speaks to the truth. Forget about the how. You have no means of knowing the how.
Mhm.
Even when January 6th happened, there was no way that anybody would have known the exact hows of how it happened. Only after the fact were people able to kind of conceptualize that it could happen. Something similar is happening here. It will uh, it will shock everyone how it will come about, but it will be in the right moment and when they can't do anything about it.
Mhm.
So, okay, so but Spirit, what is the best thing to do in this case? Is it better to just resign ourselves to the so-called, I'm just asking the devil that looks like, stop saying that. What? That's what we're telling you the whole time. Why do you have to bring it up? Stop it. Shut up. They're gonna stop it. So,
Mhm.
so no, it's not real. This is the thing. Everybody knows it was stolen. Everybody know it feels, at least the people in your community feels, can see her being the president. Stick to that. Stick to
Mhm.
that because that is the truth. Do not give energy, strength, or repetition to that thing. So,
Mhm.
okay, so that just I think just trust us that
Mhm.
okay, so
Mhm.
how could that is that no, say Rosie, the crime is too big. It can't be
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
if Biden does nothing, which he's not likely to, he's going to do something insane. His legacy is gone. He has to do
Right.
something to protect his own legacy, even to
Right.
protect his own children, because they're going to go after. They're
Exactly.
going to go after his sons, his
Mhm.
grandkids, and they're going to
Yeah.
try to put them in prison. That's right. They want, just like they do it in countries like Russia.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, so that's
Laws don't
right.
matter to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
right. Just project, just feel the truth, and for everyone to pray in the sense that if visualization is a form of prayer,
Mhm.
and don't give in to fear like you did. That's right, like you did yesterday, or like, oh my God, no, don't, and no, you're not gonna. So like, no, you're not gonna be whatever deported or whatever with your because you're Latin.
No.
You have you're
No.
you are a naturalized citizen. Nobody's going to take that away from you. It's saying, okay, so, all right. So now tell me more. Tell me more about this. That's right. That's right. You're like, ah, the mouth of fire. That's right. This is the man with the mouth of fire to create fear and chaos with the
Mhm.
devil's sword. And that is not going to prevail. Just remember that this is a time of faith. If you have faith, this is what you have to do. You just, it's like saying, look at the calendar. Today's the 7th. We have until the 20th, right? I
Mhm.
guess. So that's that. So okay. And then you and it's reminded me of something Corinna said. And by the way, guys, I am adding something that Corinna said, something kind of amazing. Like it was a conversation, I recorded a lot of it. So it's just about what she felt yesterday and those things. So anyway, so
Yeah.
we just Corinna, do you
Yeah.
remember I was just saying something about what you had said in relationship to the moment that we're living through and the
Mhm.
importance to stick, that's right, it's importance to stick to faith and to what
Mhm.
we see and to ignore everything else. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
and that channeling that you just did was
mhm,
awesome,
mhm,
and I'm so glad you did it, and it made me feel great too because the conversation we
mhm,
had earlier, it's was it matched that,
mhm,
and
mhm,
then what came through for me yesterday and today,
mhm,
it
mhm.
matched that as
That's
well.
right. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right. That's good. That's good. So that's right. Rosie, as they're saying, Rosie, business as usual. Just go back to the same. Just go back to what you're doing. Just go through the same. It's like, no, you're not going. They're like, no, we're not going anywhere. You're gonna go keep doing this. Because that's right. They say that you have to keep the message and the image alive. Okay, because
Yes.
otherwise you do not let the darkness take over. Okay, you have to believe, just to say yes, I saw it and it will come to pass.
Hmm.
Okay, so okay, all right. So now let's go to now there's so let's go to topics of the day. So all right, so thank you for watching this part. I'm gonna pause here and then move to there's many topics today. Let's see how many we'll cover. But just pause. Okay, so this is a comment about Trudeau. As we know, Trudeau, PM Trudeau resigned in Canada. So
Hmm.
she gives, I had read this something along those lines before, but she gives a fantastic summary
Yes.
and why he did it and why that could be a very positive thing. So I'll read the comment here. Rosie and Karina, PM Trudeau resigned as party leader of the Liberals as well as Prime Minister of Canada, and prorogued Parliament until March 26th. So he is PM until then, and the traitors could not force an election and elect Pierre Poilievre through the foreign interference that has happened in the US election. Canada has their foreign interference report coming out on January 31st. PMJT sacrificed his career and work to take the attention off him, and now we wait for that report. I pray he runs again as Liberal Party leader and wins, and then runs again for PM of Canada. He is playing chess, and the traitors are playing checkers. This is the report from the allies that you speak about. NSICOP, National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians report. To be honest, I am devastated that he had no other choice but to step down to save us from the traitors. So let me ask here,
Hmm.
what's what's going on with Trudeau and what's going to happen to him between now and the next, 3 months, January, February, and March. Okay, what's going on? What's going to happen in Canada? They be able to release the report. So it's interesting. I see here several things. One is that it shows me him. I've seen images of him being I say interrogated, but it's like he shows up in I guess Congress over there. They really are very nasty to him. And
Hmm.
and then I see that in front of him, it's like almost like like a um, court of law or something. But in front of him right now, there's like a pit of fire below ground, and they're
Hmm.
trying to like they're like doing all of this. So he knows they want to throw him in the pit of fire now.
Right.
And that's why they're doing this like this and like pointing to the fire burning.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's thinking, they're like, you, we got you. They just have this face. I'm just gonna stop here. This face about them. We got you. You're gonna fall here and burn. So then he said, okay, 1 second. I'm gonna step out. I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna go around. See you later. And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, okay. And then I see that as if there's a fire pit, really. And
Mm-hmm.
then they're standing because they're standing outside of it, the perimeter of this thing, and they turn around and they can't leave, they realize. And then their suits start burning. And they're like, "Oh, it's burning, smell of fire, it's burning, it's burning." And then it then later it shows that they're completely burned.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows me that in fact it's the whole thing of if people in glass houses don't throw stones, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
because they are name say I see that this report is going to name people and is going to sanction everyone named in it. There will be real consequences for it. I see that it's not just a report, that
Right.
there are legal consequences to it, to the people that are in it. And then I asked, are they going to, I feel like they can't stop it because it's,
Mm-mm.
and they thought that if they put somebody in, then they could have stopped this,
Right.
but they can't.
Mm-mm.
And I see also just like here that they will try to do some sort of like coup or something, honestly, like but they will not succeed. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it will show the Canadians and the world how
Mm-hmm.
compromise is because I see that Putin is also like pushing buttons. Do it something now because he
Yeah.
knows he's in danger. So there he's like he has video, a lot of these people are compromised also. So Putin is threatening to show the world what he knows about them.
Right.
So there's a lot of pressure. And again, I just feel like they were not prepared for this option. And
Exactly.
I see that, right? And then I
Mm-hmm.
see that later. So what happens later? I just see that this thing is searing and it will burn. It will
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah.
Now tell me more. What about that's right.
It's the
Oh,
same effect as when Trump, you
okay.
know,
Or can I just one
yeah,
second?
go ahead. Go
Okay,
ahead. Sorry.
just because I'm there's more information to come here. I just want to make sure I finish because it's
Yeah, go
there's a
ahead.
whole like okay. And then, okay, so tell me more about what else is in there. That's right. There is something related. It will show, I guess, that this thing shows a Trump connection, that there was scheming, there was what is it? Co-conspirators. They're like together, they plan certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So it will show. And so then it comes back up. Also, the thing about the Five Eyes. The Five Eyes are the intelligence agencies, I think Canada, UK, New Zealand, Australia, and the US. So they have all of this information, and that's right, and it's a danger to all of them. That's right. So tell me more. What else do they have? How does this play a role in election interference? That's right. That's what and it reminds me that Elon Musk has also threatened I think Justin Trudeau actually saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, I'm going to what is it? I'm going to elect you're not going to be elect like he's saying so he
Right.
won't he has I saw it's also that has a contract it's some part of Canada again he wants to change the elections there too so Trudeau is saying this because oh wow they're gonna talk about wow they will talk about really wow talk about Starlink really
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they will and that's
Mm-hmm.
right he feels like and they all agree that this is the
Yeah.
time when they're all and I feel like there's coordination between him the UK prime minister and like another country, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that they're not going to let this guy take over. They know what he's up to.
Right.
Oh, and something else is coming up that someone asked and I forgot to look at. You know how one person representative of the US, I forgot, somebody from the Department of State went to India to talk about election interference. I feel like it has to do with Elon Musk for some reason. I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So that
Yeah.
okay, now go ahead, Gwen, because I have to like
Oh,
just
no, I'm sorry. Yeah.
say I just say go ahead now. You say
Um, Same thing. I picked up the connection with Musk. That's what I
Mhm,
got immediately. But it's interesting. This move
mm,
came across to me feeling the same way. You know
mm,
how Trump was always like knocking Joe Biden with his age and everything, and then all of a sudden he stepped back, and Trump's like, what do I do now? I wasn't prepared for that.
mhm,
They weren't
mhm,
prepared for that scenario.
mm, mm,
So. it had the same effect on them as it did on Trump when Joe Biden stepped down, the panic, because
Mm,
they weren't prepared for that. But that's when it showed me the connection with Elon Musk
mm,
and Putin and all these players.
mm-hmm,
But that's to me what came across why he did it, because he wants the connection with Starlink all
mm-hmm.
to come out,
Right. Okay.
because that's what threatens their country.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's
So
right.
they have to get this information out, and he was willing to do whatever it took
That's
to
right.
get it out.
That's right. So just to I'm getting here as you're saying this too, I'm getting the confirmation. Yes, Rosie. He has the information about what Starlink has done to the election.
Hmm.
He's gonna go out.
Yeah,
He's gonna go
that's
say
why he's doing it. That's
okay, so
that's his motive. He's
wow.
like, that's his motive. He's just fired up over
Hmm.
that. It's like,
Wow.
we're
So
getting the information out.
wow. Okay, so just ask a small question. No timing and whatever days, but what about so when this report is released? Who is the US president? Who is it gonna be? I see he high fives Kamala. I'm not saying.
Madam President is what I hear.
So yeah, that's what I because I don't do I don't see that I even know whatever Trump is, I don't feel like there's any Trump can't stop it, I don't think. Okay,
Mm-mm.
released. Okay.
And
So
I get too that this is all Canadian. Sorry, Canada is such an ally of ours and such a friend. We're connected.
hmm.
So this is also in part to help America as well,
Hmm.
because they know when they help America, it's going to come out that they're helped, because it's going to save them too.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is it. This is big. Okay. So and then move to the next topic. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So that was cool. All right. So I'm gonna pause. Okay. So now, speaking of reports, so yesterday, I think it was, I posted the news that um Trump was trying to stop Jack Smith from releasing the report. And of course, our friend Eileen, hi Eileen, Eileen, Eileen decided to, so she's stopping it for 3 days. It doesn't look like it was just a delay. I don't think she will, even the 11th Circuit Court, that's the appeals, Court of Appeals,
Mhm.
will be able to stop for that much, working that much longer. So let's see. The question really is, what is okay? Is Jack Smith going to be able to release this report? Okay, and what is and if so, what is I'm sure there's a ton of stuff in it. So what is the most damaging about it, and will it affect? So what does Jack Smith have? And no, let's ask this. Is it going? First question: is the
Yeah.
report going to be released? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Huh. Okay, for sure. Yeah, that's right. I see that she has the 3 days, and then I see that's funny. The 11th Circuit judges, like it's kicking her as if she were a soccer ball. They just kick her out. She, she turns into a like a roll, either roly poly, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then they kick her out.
Yeah.
Bye, bye.
Yeah.
And
Because she was like
okay,
trying to
so
beg them to delay it more
yeah, so
after
okay, and then I
their
see that
inauguration.
no, it's going to happen, and I even okay, the dates, what I even see 17th. Even if it will come out before the day, but it will be saying very damaging. But I think so. Is it? I say I feel like less than a week, but could be a week, something like that. Do you feel like, Rena?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? All right. So now, what is in it? Trump. So already in their motion, their lawyers of Trump said, oh, they looked at it for 3 days, and it's almost like there's a lot of things that are negative about Trump that of course, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So what does he have? He has a connection to the same Mueller report, but better and deeper because he has stolen, saying he has a proof that Trump has taken these documents and sold or given them to other countries, and the
Hmm.
tactics they used to hide from justice what he was doing, the money, the financing of it. And it's funny, it shows the wife of Clarence Thomas, Jeannie Thomas. Weird. Okay, so it shows the something.
That's not weird. That's not weird.
So, oh, because is that right? Is he doing both the
Yeah.
two cases?
Yeah.
That's right.
He
So
was very
all
involved in all
that's
that.
right. All the bad things. He's saying everything. He
Hmm.
does not care. He does not give an F. Okay. And then it's like, no, he's not Mueller. He's not like, oh, I don't want to make no. He's just gonna tell like it is.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
so okay, so then what else? Oh, then I see Merrick Garland. Interesting. Okay, Merrick, are you gonna do something? Just gonna talk? What are you gonna do about it? Anything? So, mm. Well, I feel like there could be, oh, because okay, another option for this. So Eileen Cannon has, she has delayed the report, but Biden could release it. So I see Biden organizing that it's released the day, like he's gonna use it to sandwich the thing, the
Hmm.
announcement. Um, and uh, and so that's just further proof.
Right.
Now the other thing that I got that's interesting that somebody among the messages I got yesterday was somebody because people were very sweet. They said, "No, Rose, you're not wrong. This is," and there's a lot of people that with their messages, channeled messages, they said something like, um, this woman said that that oh, Spirit wanted me to tell you that there will be an announcement. In fact, it's going to happen. So
Hmm.
this is that. All right. So
Yeah.
okay. But don't the how exactly the what or whatever, just leave it because they say it's in Rose, you also think about it. Remember when you said this had to happen on January 7th? They can't just say things. They have to execute a lot of warrants or whatever you call it. A lot of things have to be done
Right.
before because it's the this it's very serious. So anyway, so that
Hmm.
was that. That was that about. So okay, go ahead, go ahead. I now go ahead. Yeah,
No, I feel it's part of laying the groundwork as well.
mhm,
But like we had gotten earlier too, with the timing, it's just sit
mhm,
back and
mhm.
wait for it to happen. So,
All right. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So let's see here. Oh, it's moved. Okay. So let's see here. The next topic. Okay, 1 second. Recording. Okay, so yesterday we also got several. I saw this, I swear, earlier, but it took me a while to find it again. So this is an interesting. A lot of people noticed an interesting question because a lot of people noticed that expressions of JD Vance, and I can't find the exact photograph I had seen yesterday, but this is like a shot from something in like on Fox News or something. But he does not look like a person. This is Kamala. It's interesting. It's just like she. It's interesting. So he does not look like a person who you would think, right? If it were true and everything. Oh my God, where am I? Okay. He just does not look like a person who just won, right? Like it is weird when you think about it. All
yeah.
right. So simple question. Why did JD Vance have that face on him? Does he know something or does he suspect something? What's going on? Why does he have that face? Why is he not celebrating if he supposedly won? What is going on? Let's see. Oh, wow, he threw up even. Interesting.
They know, yeah, the truth.
Wow, he knows. That's it. He knows. Wow, and it's saying he's remembering. Wow, it's interesting. I said before there was somebody one time wanted to kind of convert me onto the whole like JD Vance. I think he's a phony through and through. But in this vision I'm having of him, it's like he's remembering like how he was like he got to Yale Law School and he started writing his book and it was this whole story, how he made it, even though it was I don't say it was sort of like a spin on the truth because he grew
Hmm.
up in an Ohio suburb, but then he's like, oh no, I actually grew up in Appalachia when he would go sometimes like once a summer, something like that. But the point is that he's like remembering the image that he has of himself as this kid who like went up in the world and how that would fall apart because as a lawyer he knows he's committing a huge crime
Hmm.
and that he knows that it's interesting that even this photograph like it's all a little collage look here
Hmm.
looks like you could see that he may be looking at Kamala and he may be mocking Kamala publicly but he knows that she's honest and that she actually won
Hmm.
so it's almost like he was living the last moments of, I don't say freedom, but like where he could still escape from being a criminal.
Hmm.
But now
Hmm.
he can't because he's
Yeah.
part of the conspiracy, right? So,
Right.
so
His whole
he's,
life has been lies to
that's
him,
right.
you know?
So I see that he is like, He's aware. He knows it's a crime. And I see that he has, it's interesting because again, people that have reached out to me like, oh, where JDVance is gonna be. No,
No,
he associates with the worst people. Just put it this way, one of the most prominent voices of Project 2025. So he's not a good person at all. But
no.
he is realizing that now it's real. That literally made a deal with the devil, and
Hmm.
now he is paying I have to pay the price going forward. And but I feel like there is this is what's interesting I get here, that his conscience is screaming that he's not in a way like, but then you have, he's not quite like Musk or like Peter Thiel and Trump. He still has something in him, but he knows that he's aware of himself
Hmm.
selling his soul. And the
Right.
moment of this is the moment of the contract is sealed. Boom. I'm now a criminal. He knows it. So that's what I'm getting. So
Yeah.
as far as the question, does he know that something? No, he doesn't suspect. And I know to be like, oh, he's I said before, you can't be a whistleblower if you're a criminal. It's a bit like, oh, I'm a bank robber, but I'm also a whistleblower. No, you're
Yeah. Yeah.
whistleblower means you're observing something that
Right.
we could collaborate. You can be an informant or some sort, but you can rat out people, but you can't be a whistleblower. No, it's impossible because
Mm-mm.
it's part of the crime. So 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 that's interesting, right? So
Yeah.
wow. Okay. So that's what I got. Corinne, do you
Hmm.
tell me? Tell me.
Yeah. No, he's contemplating his whole life. His whole life has been built on this charade of lies, and whether it's his personal life or his professional life. And you're right. It's a moment in time. You can see it in that expression right there that it's time to pay the piper. He did make a deal with the devil, and he knows he's a criminal now.
Mm,
And he's trying to, in his mind, to me, those eyes are trying to
mm,
rationalize it and justify it. And there's
mm,
something within him that can't, because
mm,
he knows it's wrong. He knows.
mm.
He did. He went to law school. He knows.
So,
He
and you know
knows
what
it's
I'm
wrong.
getting very strongly? I was not expecting it. I'm getting because I was looking up her name. I'm getting his grandmother. Right? She's like, Rosie, I try to tell him. I try to tell him. He can't do that. That's not honest. So, Rosie, oh, she's coming here. So let me just stop
Let her
share.
come. Let
Okay.
her come.
Rosie, that's right. I was a honky tonky. Is that right? She's like is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Honky
yeah,
tonk,
yeah.
is that right? Something like, I was a honky
Yep.
tonk lady with a gun. And I was like, I worked really hard, real hard. And I did like, it was just like she raised him pretty much. It's true.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm getting that she had strong values, in fact, and she always told him right from wrong. And then it's like, you're not I guess, who's one to say, you're not the mistakes of your mother, because his mother had had drug addiction, something like that. And there's nothing she basically raised him, but she's saying to not to be not that he has to quote unquote forgive the mother, but that was a disease, and that was the behavior connected to a disease. But then she's saying, Rosie, you know how you tell people in the class that there's people from the other side that come in the dream and they stare at them. I did that almost every night. She goes to the dream of JDVance and stares looking at him. And then she's like, she's holding, is that concept? She's like, we the people. You know, the document that says we the people. What does it say over here? Say over here. We the people. Not you and Elon Musk. Think. I didn't what and I see that he gets sweaty. He doesn't sleep well.
Hmm.
And and like and it's interesting for me, no, really, that he's like,
Hmm.
he knows. I make sure he knows.
Hmm.
Oh, and Usha, that girl, oh, she's so nice, isn't she? And you see that she's kind of like she's just as bad. She's just as bad as him because this thing, it's like they know better. They were given
Right.
opportunities that other people were not given, and they chose to throw it in the trash. Because
Hmm.
he said he talks about the Bible. Has he read the Bible? That's what I asked him. Has he read the Bible? So really, that she's upset that he has violated the values that she taught. So this is the thing. Imagine it's true. This is a person who went up in life and everything. He could have done it to use it for. He could have used it for the good, but no. Instead, he's using it to give the power to people who already, it's like he's being used as a tool on top of it. Because have you
Hmm.
noticed he's gone? No, he's nowhere. It's like the person who's with Trump all the time is Elon Musk, and he has to act. He has to be like a lapdog, right?
Right.
Because he feels like he owes, right? He was hired to do it. He's a puppet basically. So that's right. He knows. He knows it doesn't. So, and I'm immediately I can see people like, oh, what do you think? No, he's not. He's committed a crime, and I don't think. I think, and I've a long story how I kind of like observe these people. Those people, even the ones that have some conscience in them, they ultimately lack courage because it's
Yes.
not enough to have conscience. You have to also have courage to do something about it. Is he going to do something about it? No, because of right now he's winning. He thinks, right, he's friends with all these powerful people who have put him where he is. He's not. He maybe finds some of it objectionable, but he's fine with it, right?
Hmm.
It's a bit
Hmm.
like it shows me it's a bit like Rosie, if you know somebody robbed a bank, and then let's say your boyfriend robbed a bank, and then he's like, oh, let's go to this, I don't know, get you 20 Chanel bags. You know that the money you know that he stole that money,
Hmm.
and it's saying you're an accessory to the crime. It's saying it's just something like
Right.
that. You know that this is wrong. You know that they were using stolen money to buy the bags. It's not your bag. You don't take no bag when it's right. So it's
Yeah.
saying this that that's
Hmm.
what it is, and it's like that's what he chose. God gave him an opportunity to rise up to tell his story, and that's why he decided to go with the devil. Hmm.
Yeah.
So okay, so
He has a lot of demons.
that's right. So there's gonna be an interesting. So the rest of his life, he's gonna have to think a lot about the things
Yeah.
because he really did. He had so many opportunities, but he chose what seemed the shiniest at the
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
But it's because it's the devil behind it. So
They
okay,
always.
interesting. Right, Quinn? Wow, very interesting. Okay, all right.
Hmm.
So, okay, so I'm gonna pause and then go to the next topic. Okay, so the last topic of today is this news that Macron publicly accuses Musk of directly intervening in elections. French president says no one could have imagined a Tesla billionaire supporting a new international reactionary movement, which is 100% true. But
Hmm.
what's interesting to me is that he's saying it publicly, and
Yes.
it connects back to the whole Trudeau report and the whole thing that could be so there's a
Hmm.
lot of interesting questions here. I guess the first part is what does Macron know about Starlink and the American election? What does he know about the American election? First question. Oh, I see that he did put it shows me an image of putting letters under the door like that it
Yeah.
was not legit. No, that's right. They changed
Yeah.
that's right. We know.
He
That's right.
knows. Yeah. He
Okay.
does know.
All right. So does Macron, why did you say that? What are you planning? Do you have that's right. I see that he has a drawer with all the next actions. This is a prelude for it
Hmm.
because he's not just saying, and he's saying, we took the guy from Telegram, remember the owner of that app. What does he think is different? No, he is not. Where did we could took one of them down. He's just another one with a big mouth.
Yeah.
So, okay, so he has, it's right, he has recordings of him with girls. I think interesting. You know how Trump was caught with compromat on Macron? I think Macron has compromat, whatever compromat is about uh Tesla and Elon Musk and the Russians. So he may have picked that up and
Yeah.
what is he going to do about it? That's right. It's saying, wow, it's saying him and a lot of I do, okay, so is it NATO? Yes, he knows, NATO knows, they all know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's right, they're starting to say it because they're going to act on it. Then
Hmm.
it's saying the difference between people like him and Trump and Elon Musk is that Trump talks a big game to distract. And they say they talk a big game when they act. So
Hmm. Hmm.
it's not to say that I'm sure there's things he said he would do, he didn't do, but the point is that he means it. He really means it. So what is going to happen in France? Like, what is he going to do about Elon Musk? Is he going to wait
Yeah.
until NATO and the US does something, and then he's going to freeze the assets. That's right. He's going to freeze his
Yeah.
assets there. So interesting. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
And it took me back to when they were at Notre Dame,
Mm-hmm.
and I had seen Trudeau or not Trudeau, I'm sorry, Macron with a information that he knew about the election. And he does, he knows. And that's
Mhm.
exactly it's all part of the plan.
Mm.
All part of the plan of this coming out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah,
No,
go ahead.
keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah, no, he's in on it. He's got the information, and like I just said, it's all part of the plan of coming out. All coordinated events, because I do believe it's coordinated.
Mm.
He's biding his time on this, but yeah, he knows.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to say this. I'm getting that they're like, Rosie, you're gonna hear more about it. It's just the beginning of them saying
Hmm.
this stuff. Because
Hmm.
I see that there are governments and I even said that was actually in the news. The governments of Europe are meeting to discuss this because it truly is meddling in elections and he wants to own the world. This is not it's a fact, right?
It's a
That's where,
fact.
so, and
Yeah.
it's like he messed, it's like, it shows me the Icarus figure, the
Hmm.
Greek myth of the person who flew too close to the sun. And the
Yeah.
wax is gonna melt. So,
Yeah.
and he's
And
already
I
having a
believe,
meltdown, right? He's having,
hmm I believe that's all helping preparate. It's all in preparation for Biden to do his thing too,
mm-hmm,
because the more worldly information about Musk that's out there,
mm-hmm,
when it comes out to us about Starlink,
mm,
that's when it will connect here because, you know, I hate to say it, but sometimes Americans get so wrapped up in billionaires and
mm-hmm,
celebrity money and all that that it's hard to imagine sometimes that they would do something
mm-hmm,
horrible. So
mm-hmm.
Elon needs to be shown,
Mm-hmm.
or people need to be shown what Elon's really about.
So,
And he's going to help do that.
wow, so interesting. So embrace yourselves. It's gonna be a roller coaster month. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that's it. So that's it for today, guys. Right, Karina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll go post it now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.